Alright guys, welcome back to another trade recap video. And today, we ended up losing money, which is really unfortunate because it should have been a really big green day. And I'm going to go over exactly what happened and the trades I took and what my execution was like. So let's get right into that. Coming to market open, we obviously had this severe dump like this. And my first trade idea was more or less like this. I'll show you right now. Does this show it over? 1 second, let me see. No, let's do this. Ba, 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 ba. So this is my trade idea for the day. I wanted us to see, take out this golden level down here, around this true day open PDL. These key levels. I want to see us come down here and retrace back up more or less. And coming into market open, here's exactly what we did. We came down to these key levels, took out PDL, took out TDO, and ended up going further down than what I had initially thought. Took out this London low, and at this point in my head, I was thinking, wow, we have a crazy SMT going on right now, such an SMT. This bottom has to be getting near. So what I did was I looked to my left to see what kind of confluences we have sitting over here, and I saw we had a untested 5-minute rejection block right here at this wick right here, lined up with this EQ of this ED or EHPDA. And I had this down to the tick. Like, I literally had low a day, and I got entered. And for whatever reason why I'd never had this happen before, my trade ovate went completely black and it shut out all my orders. And by the time it like refreshed and everything was working properly again, price was all the way up here, and I thought, okay, I missed my entry, what the heck. And I was thinking, okay, maybe we could enter in off the 3-step model that I use, which would have been this breaker structure right here, retest, and would have been more of something like this with a stop like that. Definitely more risk, but still a solid entry. And it just didn't happen. It just ripped. So I literally had it down to the tick, down to the tick. 10-point stop off the wick model, because that's always the standard stop with the wick model is 10-point stop, targeting 3R. And ultimately, in my head, I was thinking, wow, we had this crazy freaking drop. We have all this liquidity, bang, 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 that we have to take out. This is a clear long. And it wasn't clear long. I had the entry, but TradeAvate literally cucked my trade today and made me miss out on pretty much a 10K day, which would have been my biggest trading day ever in my entire career, that would have been lit. But instead, we ended up losing just over a grand because the next two trades I took were both losers. So after missing this first trade, I de-risked and I sized down. Normally I trade 5 micros across 10 accounts. And what I did after I missed this full trade, because in my head, this was the movement for the day. And normally after that movement happens, you don't really see any clean trades after that. But since we didn't take out a previous morning high and this, I think it was I want to say 5-minute rejection block up here. I was thinking we were still going to go higher because we didn't take out these highs up here. So I was still looking for longs. So my next entries were these. I was a 3-minute rejection block off of this fair value gap right here. And we got tagged in right here. We went into profit for a little bit, nothing crazy, 10 points. And then we got stopped out. Reason why I still like this rejection block level and I didn't consider it invalid was, one, we didn't take out these highs yet. I ended up losing. So coming into our next trade, we had this one right here. It was a 3-minute BPR lining up with the 3-minute rejection block. And as always, just took EQ of that rejection block and with the standard 10-point stop. got stopped out pretty much instantly. And after taking those two losses, I just called it a day there because I was a little bit frustrated because one, I should have had this crazy winning trade right here, which would have been humongous, but my trade of eight glitched out and closed out everything. Um, as you can see, like I showed earlier, um, where was it? Right here, we have my entry and my exit, and by the time I had gotten back on, price was all the way up here, so I tried getting a re-entry right here at this green line, which was the break structure level, and which I didn't get like I showed you earlier. But this was literally low a day, and I had it, and I got cooked. Yeah. But everyone else in the Discord took a win. Kamalu took a win today. I think Mo took a win today too. At least I think. He didn't say he lost. He said he went break even, I think. Um, but as you guys know, full recaps are posted in depth text in the Discord, which is completely free. We go over, I drop the news for every week, so the calendar so you know what's going on. I do weekly recaps about what I saw for the week, give out all these prop firms, etc. I give out a free model and how to use it with all these given confluences. And I also offer live trading with me if you want to learn at your own speed, but also live trade with me. And I offer one-on-one work completely. I hold your hand through the entire process. But with how I have this laid out, you really shouldn't need help if you're capable, because you could literally learn everything and see how to apply it with backtesting. But that is going to wrap up this video of a losing day, which I'm honestly in disbelief about because we should have had a crazy winning day today. But without a doubt, I know I'm going to make it back, so I'm not too. I mean, I'm definitely upset about it, don't get me wrong. Like, this was literally 0 points of drawdown. I had 90.25, and the low of the day today was 90.25. So, a little salty about that, but everything is unpredictable with trading. Like, I've never had this happen with Tradeovate. It just, my entire thing went black, and it exited all my orders, and by the time it was back up, it was long past my entry, so I couldn't even re-enter. And the reason why I didn't like buy in up here is just because at this point, in my own opinion, how I trade, I don't like to buy a premium. And at the point where it broke past this, didn't retest, and got past this one, didn't retest it. Like this area right here, at this point, in my eyes, was just way too premium of an entry because if I'm entering something like this, I need to have like a crazy stop, and a 73-point stop just isn't realistic in my opinion. Like normally my stops don't go more than 25, 30 points. Sometimes 40 is pushing it, but if I'm trading with a 40-point stop, I'm like 2 micros, maybe even one, just how big of a stop that is. So it's important to know your leverage, how you properly size a trade, and overly just consistency. So that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. This is the Wick model, and honestly, I think I trade this model now more than I do trade my original OG3 set model, just because it has a higher RR return, for one. Two, the stops are much tighter, so you're not risking as much money per trade, so you can kind of take more stabs in a sense. Um, as long as you line it up with the right confluences, which gives a good probability. Like today's trade, even if I targeted this internal high down here, still would have been like 80 points. It still would have been an 11R trade. And in my eyes, I saw this trade going up to these highs up here. Would have been 21.5 R. Like, it doesn't even sound real. Like, this was like such a blue moon type of trade. And I can't believe the anomaly that has never happened to me before happened today on this kind of trade, where it just, my entire Tradeovate web browser just went black. and it auto exited all my positions across my accounts. So yeah, ended up red for the day, over $1,000. It was should have been a 10K day. And yeah, I would say this trade still a good setup, but um, in a sense, if we're looking at this entire swing, it was a little bit premium. Why did that just happen? Look at this entire swing. It's a little bit above equilibrium, so it's sort of premium. But at this point, we took out this high right here. I was like not 90, like 85% sure we were not gonna come back down this low. So I was thinking, okay, we have this ticket from this swing like this. Now we're lining up with this golden level and this OTE level right in between, which lined up perfectly with our 3-minute rejection block level, targeting the high up here. And in my head, I thought that was a perfect setup, so that's why I took it, because I like the setup. And following that, and again stopped out. And then after this stopped out, we dipped all the way back down here when I thought we weren't going to. I thought, okay, let's look for a more discount entry. We took this right here, another 3-minute rejection block lining up with a 3-minute BPR. So I thought, bang, bang, now we have our next entry. Entered it, went into a little bit of profit again, and then just got stopped out. So it happens. You're not going to win every trade with trading. That's how it is. It's a game of probabilities. Even with a high probability trade, it could still end up losing. And that's just the reality of trading. And now, kind of just been playing in this range. Um, so this is going to be our first losing day of December, and should have been a really great winning day, but we got screwed over, unfortunately. We drew a short stick for whatever reason. But yeah, if you guys learned something new, drop it down in the comments, leave a like and subscribe. If you want to join the Discord, it'll be in the link. It's completely free, although there is offers if you want to pay for guidance from me one-on-one, but it's not necessary at all. If you're capable, you can totally learn this on your own. That's why I laid it out that way, because had there been someone that had a free community back when I was learning, I would have wanted that, and that's what I'm trying to build now. So that's what the CNQ trading community is. It's just a more or less free community that lays out all the ground rules that you need to know, and what you need to learn more or less to pretty much understand why price moves the way it does. And once you understand why price moves the ways it does, you can pretty much predict where it's gonna go. But enough yap. That's gonna wrap up the video, guys. Like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.